JKB back with another episode. Today on the show, I'm reviewing Cuphead. Thank you so much to Microsoft Canada for sending over the review copy. Let's get right into the review of Cuphead. Cuphead is a run and gun with most of the focus of gameplay on what seems like an endless boss battle torture device. Some may be fooled into believing that this is actually a kid's game due to its 1930s cartoon design, which is the most impressive use of this design since, well, 1930. Someone may pass the screen as you're playing and ask, why are you watching old cartoons? And you'll reply, well, I'm not watching, I'm actually playing them. The game's story is simple, with Cuphead battling it out to repay the devil. Yeah, that sounds a little serious, but it works. The simple idea of repaying the devil is perfect for this tough-as-nails run-and-gun shooter. The levels are accessed on an action role-playing style overview map with tons of secrets. The game also features two-player co-op, with the second player taking control of your brother, Mugman. Visually, the game is stunning in its design. I've never quite seen another game look this good, and I have a feeling we'll see a lot of them from this point on. Each level is full of moving enemies that are out to kill you. The backgrounds are slightly blurred out to give you that slight rear projection look. The sound work is also stunning, with 1930s jazz music playing as you battle another boss during each new level. Overall, based on the audio and visual, you should check out Cuphead because you've seen nothing like this before. However, behind this amazing design is some serious hardcore gameplay. The game is possibly one of the hardest games this year. Boss battles use the old phase change gameplay mechanic, where you'll dwindle down a boss and his powers only to reveal another form of the boss. Sometimes this leads to you wanting to smash everything in your room, and other times, when you're lucky, you'll defeat a boss and the feeling of accomplishment is ridiculously great. None of the enemies in the game have health bars or any sort of indication of when they're about to die. Instead, you will die and be shown a graph on screen of how close you were to killing that enemy, or how close you were to the next phase of the battle. Cuphead himself controls perfectly, with near perfect response time and never-ending shots and dashes. The game also uses a parry system where you can double jump on colored objects. This system is not perfect and left me feeling like they could have focused on it a little more. Alright, so I've got my pros and cons listed on my phone here. I'm gonna go over the cons that I took note of as I played Cuphead. The first con has to be the default controls are just goddamn fucking hideous. Please, for the love of God, switch them around, go online and look at what people have been doing with the custom controls. There's definitely a better setup out there. The scheme that's on the controller once you pick it up in Cuphead is just horrendous. Please God, change it. The parry system in the game, which allows you to sort of parry over enemies when you have certain color code, objects on the screen, is kind of hit and miss. It feels like the hit detection's there, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's there. It seems like it's just, they didn't work on it for too long. And the last con, it's kind of a nitpick. It's not the end of the world, but the co-op at times is just so confusing because so many things are happening on the screen. But in saying that, I'm not going to deduct points because so many things are happening on the screen. I'm just saying, does two-player co-op need to be in the game? I don't know about that. I do know that it is frustrating, and I thought I should just be fucking honest with you guys and tell you the truth. The pros, though, really outweigh the negatives in this game. The design work of Cuphead is just unbelievable. You'll see so many knockoffs of this game in the next couple of years because it's so beautiful. You'll see nothing like it. And then on top of that, the soundtrack is just as amazing. It is spectacular, listening to this like 1930s jazz score that's happening in the background, mixed in with the amazing voice acting that brings you back to the past, like I lived in 1930. I didn't, but it makes you feel like you did. Then on top of all of this, the boss battles have constantly changing mechanics, and that is the last pro here And before I get to my score, I'll point out, when you go into a boss battle, the frustration of it changing phases into something else is something that's so cool in video games. I remember, like, back in the day, you play a game like this, kill the boss, it's over. Maybe he'd come back once, but then you kill him again instantly and it'd be over. In a game like this, where it's boss battle, boss battle, boss battle, and have it persistently different around every turn, is spectacular. I give Cuphead, I don't know why I said it like that, an 8.5 out of 10. One of the best run and guns you're going to play this year. Thank you so much to Microsoft for sending over the review copy. If you own Xbox or PC, go out there right away and pick this up. It's a must own if you're into video games. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of JKB.